This is what we're going to create today using the frame generator. Let's go ahead and get started from a brand new sketch. Let's do this. Let's go to standard part. Okay, from here we're going to go up 2D sketch, pick our plane, we're going to do overhead, pick the rectangle, and let's make this 20 by 20. Finish the sketch, and zoom back, and let's go ahead and extrude this. I'm using a 3D mouse, and that's why I'm able to whip around here without using shortcut keys. Let's do 20 for the height of that. Okay, for the what you saw on the frame here, you can see we have cross sections, or supports, and a cross section here. So let's go ahead and add that. We're going to do it this way. We're going to add it to the block, zoom in, right click, create. I'm going to do line to line. And I don't think that one took, but that's all right. We'll fix that here and here. Let's grab this and see if we're attached. No. So this one is also not attached in the bottom. Let's do that again. And point here to here. There we go. Let's go ahead and dimension these so they have full constraint. Let's do 7 for this. And we're going to use that original number to control this one. Select that. Say OK. Do 45. And let's make these equal so we don't have to add another dimension. Just makes it a little easier, just a little trick. Okay. Now we need to do another side. Let's zoom in on this. And I think I missed on that one as well. Yep. And this one. Let's try that. Not doing my best today. Let's try this again. Okay, now those are constrained. Let's add a dimension. And just like the other one, I'm going to use the original number to control. Same thing for this one. Okay. Angle, control from that angle. And let's make them equal. Now the next step, we're actually just going to project these so we don't have to go through all that again. So, oops, let's go to command, spin it around, project geometry, pick these two, let's check it. Yep, they're there. And one more time. Spin it around, project geometry, these, check, and say OK. One thing left to do is do the crossbar, and we're going to go midpoint. You see the green dot, that should be constrained. I'm not seeing what I'm trying to attach here. I don't think that's attached, but it is correct. Okay, let's do that one more time. There we go. Okay, let's hit save. Let's just call it 1 because it doesn't matter. It's just a tutorial. Let's do an update. And now let's create an assembly and import this. Right click, place component, select one, done. Right click and say OK. So we have our cube inserted. The reason I'm doing it this way is that I'm drawing a box, doing the constraints, but you can't get to the other command to create a frame unless you're in the assembly, so you have to do it that way. So let's save this before we get started. Let's call it the same thing, number 1. Say OK to that. And let's get started. Let's pick the generator. When this comes up, you can go ahead and select whatever size that you're going to need. You even the material and everything else. If you roll over any of the lines on this box, you'll see that it actually will create that part. But if we cross over, not try and make sure we don't select, get in the right angle, the bottom, if you say OK to that, it'll come up with its information dialog, so you can change the name if you have a particular part number, whatever project you're doing. This will work. Just say OK to that. We're just going to do generic for what we're doing. It's going to give us our list, and then we'll say OK. Give it a minute to generate. Okay, there we go. Now the box, you can see the entire list of all the parts that are here. And here's one important thing. Normally you would take this, you'd have all your cut lists and everything else. You go into a drawing and you make a bill of material. Problem is, this box would be included. So you go up to this, right click, go down to BOM structure, and make this into a reference. That's what, while it's only an imported reference, it will not show up in your bill of materials. Along with that, it's in the way, so let's turn off its visibility. There we go, there's our frame. The reflections are kind of an annoyance trying to see, so let's go ahead and select this all. Let's go up to here. Let's find generic. There we go. A little easier to see, and you have all that reflection problems. Okay, so the next step would be to trim this. The top, we want to miter these corners. I'll warn you now, there is a graphic anomaly, and I'll show you what I mean. So I pick all these. It's going to do a 45 miter in these corners. Let's say OK and take a look. Okay, these are 45. You can see the line that would represent that, but these have an extra lines in here. It's still working, it's just a graphics thing, so don't let that bother you. Okay, let's trim everything up to this surface for the support beams as well as the legs. Let's go ahead and do a trim. We only need one surface because they're all going to the same spot. So you pick this, and just like we did for the crossing, we can actually cross over all these at the same time. You'll see it selected everything. And this time we're going to hit the plus sign because we want to stay within the command, but we want to be able to go to the next and not have to open up the dialog box again. There we go. Now let's trim these. Now we're going to pick this surface, and along with that, we're going to pick this, this, and this. Hit your plus sign again. Perfect. Let's do the other side. Pick. Plus sign. Okay, let's do this for our surface. And we have one more to do after this. There we go. Surface, trim, trim. Let's just get out of the command because we're done with it now. Everything should be trimmed up perfectly fine. One thing I want to add to this is some feet. So if you go over to Insert End Cap, the thing about this, it can go inside or outside. So the settings on this, pretty straightforward. We're just going to pick this. It can go to the inside, but depending on how you're going to weld or its absolute purpose for it, we're just going to do some feet. Let's pick all those. Zoom back. Sorry, it's getting a little wild here. Say OK to that. Let it generate the feet, and that's it. Let's hit save. Let's get the entire list of everything, which is going to create a directory with all those parts in it. Now, if we want to control this one more time, let's go back to the original. Let's right-click on this, go into Edit Sketch, our original sketch, and let's change this to 40. Let's exit that. And while we're on it, let's change its height. Its extrusion to 15. All right. Let's hit save again. And then go back to the road. Then you'll notice nothing's happened. That's because if you look up here, as well as right here on the assembly, it needs to be regenerated. So let's pick that and you'll see it update. There we go. And that's how you create a frame from a box and control it from your IPT file, your part file, inside the assembly. Hope this helps. We'll see you in the next tutorial. Thanks.